Whoa.
Hi,
Hey,
what's up?
what are you doing?
Little ink practice
Yeah,
over some Adam Hughes. I know you know who that is, and
I do indeed.
the little naughty.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a tad bit.
That's that's all it
Huh?
is. Just boobies. It's no big deal. At least it's not for me, but if somebody will show up and complain.
Probably. That's how it tends to go.
Doing more page painting.
Yeah,
Did you do two of them last time?
yeah, I did.
How many do you have to do?
In this series, there's 5. There's 5 in this series. I'm trying to decide what to do with this one. We shall see. Probably should put my computer up so I can actually see. I'll be standing up. I can probably see. I'll be 1 second. I'll grab some water.
All right.
What have you been up to today?
Just work.
Yeah.
And it's freezing ass cold, and I'm sick of it.
Sorry.
20 degrees all damn day for days on end. And then I come home, and of course, my place is freezing cold because I turn the heat off when I'm gone. And I've had it on for the last hour and a half. It's still not quite warm enough.
That sucks.
Yeah, just bitching and moaning.
That's okay. Totally allowed to.
What's up, someone saying?
What's up? What's up? Oh man. I feel like the days are so tiring, but just not very long.
Yeah.
I just woke up, but I didn't.
Gaten, you're trying to keep your sane title? Don't go insane, man.
That's fair. It's hard. It's hard. Sometimes it really is hard to do. So I decided to do a little inking, huh? Just practice.
Yeah, I've been cleaning and organizing my little art room here. 'Cause I
Yeah,
got the idea to do like a video kind of walkthrough, like video, just kind of just show everything. But I'm like, I really need to organize this mess before I dare show it off,
that's fair.
which I wanted to do anyway. And so the I bring it up is so I'm digging through all my papers and I found a bunch of stuff that I printed out years ago that I had all these intentions of doing ink practice on, and I just never did. And well, here we are.
That explains that.
Yeah,
Got it. Okay. Starting to understand.
I
That's
did.
cool.
You saw one of them. I put up that Joker face.
Yeah.
You commented on that saying it was kind of badass.
It is. It is.
Well, if it's badass, it's because of the original artist who made the original pencil drawing. He's so good. I just trying to get my best kind of inks over it, and I'm happy with them.
Not unhappy, but
It just when I've seen how good can be, especially on top of that guy. Um, the way that I'm doing these, like on a light box, it's not the best way because it's things kind of get faded and you lose some visual detail.
yeah.
So you're doing some guesswork, and that's the same thing happening on this one. I can already tell that I'm kind of like, I think this is what he's doing,
Yeah.
but whatever, it's fine.
You know what? It's still practice. You're still out there doing it and trying, and that's what's important.
I'm having fun.
Yeah.
It's a girl with her boobs out, so
Doing your disgusting man stuff.
mm,
Just kidding. Joking,
rude,
joking, joking.
rude, but you called me right out.
Just had to say it there. Really had to call you out on that one.
But yeah, I think I was telling you this old season and this I don't getting to me. I just
Yeah.
feel off.
I'm sorry.
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie, I have felt the depression pretty thick this year.
Yeah, you'd kind of mention that to me.
I don't know if it's the cold. I really had a fun holiday season. Felt like as soon as that was over, I was really struggling though. Just really struggling. So I don't really know why, but
I think it's good for a person just to be able to like say like they acknowledge it, like that it exists.
yeah,
Um, you can't necessarily do anything about it. You at least know that it's there, and I'm acknowledging it,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
working on it.
That's true. My brother, he was out here in the southern part of the state today, and he's from Indiana, and he goes, "It's nice that it's warm here." I said, "Warm?"
What?
I said, "Oh yeah, it's a bit warm here," and he goes, "Oh, it's warmer here than it is there." I said, "All right, fair enough." He said, "It's been like in the negatives every day out there."
In Indiana?
Yeah,
You seen the crazy weather like in New Orleans and Florida and shit?
yeah, they got a lot of it.
Yeah, it's wild.
Just,
Chuck, he knows what he sees when he shows right up.
yep, yep, yep. It's classic Rob here.
Wait a minute. Talk like you've known me for years or some shit.
Hmm. First time I talked to you, first thing you told me, like, my name's Rob. I like to draw naked women. I was like, wow, okay, that's an interesting thing for you to say right at the bat, but
Yeah, that's how you approach a person and kind of like, I want to be your friend. This is what I do. And guess what? You've been my friend for 15 years. So what does that say about you, Missy?
oh, that's true. That's true. Must have really impressed me.
I guess.
Just kidding. He did not say that. Although I probably would have laughed if he had.
I should try it.
You
I'll just
should.
go try it on somebody. Hey, I like to drop boobs. What's up? Suddenly I'm in jail. They're like, yeah, we just called the cops.
Okay, I was just trying to be upfront and
Officer, my friend, who is a woman, I swear, told me this would work.
just me laughing in the background, having to bail you out. Ha 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 ha. That line doesn't go over well at the bank, though.
All right, sir, but how would you like your check?
Oh man, that's funny.
How's your kids doing?
Oh, they're all right. Trying to convince me today they didn't need to go to school.
They're trying to convince you that
They tried to convince me today that today they did not need to go to school.
and why were they thinking that would work?
I don't know because it does sometimes work with me, but
On occasion.
usually I have like reasons like, oh, you know what? You're gonna be at the doctor later on. Let's just have you stay home today. May as well make it easier than having to go pull you out. But I wasn't buying it today. I said, sorry, that's not gonna happen. You must go to school.
Any of them hate school or vice versa? Any one of them like school, like do well, and
My my 9-year-old, he does really well at school for the most part. They actually had him. They wanted him to take some testing to go do middle school classes because they thought he might be gifted.
you?
But
Yeah.
what?
I was just, I think you mentioned something about that before, him being real smart.
Yeah, he's a smart kid. But I was like, we'll just keep you in the same grade you're in. Not have you do a bunch of extra. And I don't know if he would have tested for it or not. They said it was like a thing they just wanted him to try. But I will say this, he likes school. He's not very social though. He has some friends, but he just prefers to do his own thing. And so I think he likes school, but I think some days it kind of wears heavy on him because he's not very social.
There.
Yeah. Today was Jessica time. That's what I told him, Chuck.
Much as it can be with what maybe and your other one, you still got to watch, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I've just got my 3-year-old and my, but you know.
The big
Anyway, yeah, the baby, yeah, yeah, that one. So yeah, there is that.
the because I think that he feels like I feel like he's starting to get this idea that he's stupid.
Who? Which one?
My youngest one, remember the one I told you that
Uh,
was diagnosed, which actually was like I saw my Facebook memory like 2 or 3 years ago when I was talking with my ex-wife and he was diagnosed with I don't want to say diagnosed, but like they feel like he's a very strong candidate to have depression.
oh, okay.
Really, really made me mad. I'm like, how do you diagnose depression in a 6-year-old
Yeah, that's.
kid? But she explained it to me. They're like, well, people who grow up and have depression, their childhood was like this. This is how they were as a kid. And that's who my kid is now. So it's just like kind of like it could be that. But he struggles with his understanding of stuff,
Hmm.
but he's also incredibly brilliant in other ways.
Yeah.
So I just think that, and his older brother, Chuck, a little Benadryl and some duct tape, he's saying.
Yeah, that does tend to help. Yeah. I used to get drugged when I was a kid by my aunt sometimes. Dimetap. Used to line my cousins and I up, and we didn't know why. And then one year I was talking to my cousin who's my age, and we're like, "What was that?" They used to give us that purple medicine on a spoon. And my older cousin, he goes, "You guys are so silly. They were just giving you Dimetap." And we're like, "What?" Like, yeah, to put you to sleep so they could talk and hang out. I was like, "Oh my gosh, that seems like that doesn't seem right."
Makes me feel not super okay with that
Yeah,
idea.
I was like, "What?"
And don't get me wrong, we all think about, drug the shit out of my kids just to get them to shut up for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was like, "What the?" Anyway, true
I'm,
story.
yeah, I'm just worried that my youngest boy, because his older brother, now that he's kind of got this medication that kind of got him balancing out his anxiety,
Uh-huh.
just like this sponge that absorbs information and regurgitates it. And so his younger brother, the one I'm kind of worried about, is always asking him, like, Leo, what does this mean? Leo, what does this do?
Mhm.
Feels like his brother is just a genius. Meanwhile, Andrew understands he's struggling in school in some regular subject, but Andrew's never going to learn. This is something his mom was kind of telling me. She's like, he's never going to learn the same way as other kids. He's got some struggles, but he he's a brilliant little like problem solver with like physical objects. He's a little builder, a little fixer, little mechanic. And so he's got his own kind of gifts, but I don't think he sees that yet. He just sees that he's not good at math or reading comprehension.
Mm. That's too bad.
And he started saying things like, oh, he's like, oh, I'm so stupid. I'm like, no, 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 no. My son, you are smart. You're smart at different things.
Yeah.
Try to make him feel good about himself. And I even tell him, I had to tell him, like, I don't want to ever hear you tell me that you think you're stupid anymore because you're not. So stop.
And what does he say when you say that?
It's kind of like, okay, you know, he listens to daddy. He understands it when daddy kind of throws the law down, but I'm doing it in like support of him. Like, don't say that.
Yeah.
Forget about yourself. And then whenever he does stuff, like he loves to make Lego things, and he's gotten some complicated shit. And so
Yeah.
I tell him, like, you're so good at this. Like, I couldn't. Yeah, I mean, I could if I put forth some effort, but I don't want to because it's like, God, this is complicated. Where do you even start? But I'm like, go
Mhm.
start this. Your older brother wouldn't be doing this, and he's not doing that. So you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think people are good at different things, and I think sometimes it's hard because if you see, especially with siblings, one getting it, like they're just excelling in certain areas and you're not. I can see where it can be difficult. They're pretty close-ish in age too. Um, so I'm sure you've got those moments where he's like, why is Leo being able to do this, but I can't? Or I can't get it as easy as Leo. But like you just said, like he has his own things that he excels at.
Yeah. This is something my ex-wife would talk about. She's like, she's kind of get pissed off because there's such a societal overemphasis on like being smart, like book smart, as if that is a path to success and happiness. And she's like, it's not.
Yeah.
Just because you're smart doesn't mean that you know how to interact with the world and be successful. You just might understand a lot of stuff logically, but that doesn't mean that that translates into like happiness and success. It doesn't work that way.
Yep.
Being a full person and being able to succeed in groups is a better indicator of happiness and success, just
Yeah.
beyond the book smarts. Um,
Yep.
and again, I feel hyper kind of concerned for my boy when they're like, I have depression. So I'm constantly like watching to like make sure like, you all right, makes a falling
Uh,
pattern of sense or something. 'Cause
I mean, nothing wrong with that. It's good you're willing to good you are on top of it. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if these studies mean anything sometimes.
that's fair.
I know it sounds like, well, you just don't believe. I don't know. I feel they diagnose everybody with ADD.
Right.
If if your kid is even a little bit, oh, I can't sit down. I can't sit still. ADD, ADD, needs meds.
Yeah.
It's just kind of ridiculous. I don't know.
It's like, kids are all like hardwired to have their brains in digital devices or something like that. When we just used to go outside and run around,
Mhm.
ride bikes and play in the dirt and want to make music and play guitar or
Climb trees.
climb trees and just do fun shit. And you're outside. And I think that's just so much better for a kid's mental health than what all my kids want to do is just kind of sit around and not do anything. So I have to force them off their asses.
Someone saying says, I don't have kids, so I don't have a basis on how to raise them. However, as a person who essentially exhibited each of the points you noted for him, I can say be careful. He may end up masking.
So, what do you mean by that, Gayton? Like, just so I make sure I understand it, I'm not like totally know what that means. And deep down, I'm like, oh, what do you mean? What do you mean by mask? Like hiding what he's feeling, not um, not expressing it.
He know he said he knows what people expect from him, so he'll put on a show to seem he's fine while internally feeling just as bad as he did.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's what I'm trying. I mean, I'm trying to pay attention to things like that. I know that my oldest boy, who I feel like is a little bit more well adjusted, but he's also a little bit more checked out. Uh, like I feel like he follows the social cues because he knows he's supposed to. Like if someone does this, you're supposed to say this, even if I don't think it or feel it or want to. I'm supposed to
Yeah.
say this thing. I'm supposed to like, oh, that was really cool what you just did, even though he's like, that was actually lame. Um, But I also feel like my problem that I'm worried about with my older son is that he doesn't connect to people, where my Andrew is connected all over the place. I've mentioned how my oldest boy doesn't connect to physical objects at all, and my youngest boy, the actually depression one, attaches to everything. He loves physical objects and toys and knickknacks and doodads.
That's interesting.
I do have concerns about my oldest boy as well, but I feel like he's kind of doing all right. Yeah, and someone saying, I see what you're saying. You said you did this for years because you didn't want to hurt the people you loved. It makes sense. And it's so weird it sucks as a father sitting there watching your kid. He's like, this kid and everything about him since birth, he's fine. He's a perfectly fine little kid, but there's something, you know, that's not quite right. And I think sometimes people have a hard time acknowledging that, you don't want to like have your head in the sand, like la la la, everything's fine. I'm going to ignore this. My kid's perfectly fine when they're not.
Yeah.
Like acknowledging the potential. And that's something my ex-wife had to explain to me. She's like, don't get me wrong, Rob. I was pissed off when I heard it too, but when I kind of heard the reasoning, she's like, it doesn't matter. All I care about is that I do everything I can to make his life okay.
Yeah.
And if that means I have to ignore, because I know some people in my family who straight up ignored big warning signs in their kids, and they're paying the consequences
Really.
because they just would not acknowledge that there is something wrong. Every one of us pointed it out.
I've seen that happen too. Maybe I'm one of the ignorers sometimes. I need to spend more time paying closer attention.
Anyway, this is fun conversation on Rob and Jess's live stream. Well, but thanks, Gaten. I appreciate you kind of mentioning that. I appreciate the kind of like, pay attention to this. It gives me something to think about. Because he's such a sweet little guy.
Mm-hmm.
See him making this effort to connect with me in a way that his older brother, my first boy, is not. And I feel like I'm worried like I'm losing a connection with my oldest son because he's older and he's 12 and he's getting his own interest and blah blah blah. But I see the little boy making these little efforts to, like, they came and visited yesterday. Here's a for example, because I get him for a couple hours. And so I'm on the couch and I'm kind of, they come over, and so I let them watch TV and they're just kind of doing their thing. And so I'm lying on the couch and I kind of start drifting off and do a little light nap, just kind of like dozing off right there, whatever. And my oldest boy was just watching his phone, and my younger kid was watching YouTube, and he got done. So he shut it off, and then he was gonna take his little phone and go into my bedroom and just kind of isolate in there by himself so he could watch his stuff on his phone without the obnoxious noise of these stupid things he likes to watch bugging me. But he comes over, leans over the couch, and gives me a little quick kiss on the cheek.
Aw.
And I'm like, he's done that a couple of times recently, and it's just like, that is so sweet. He's like, all right, Dad, I'm gonna go in the other room. That's where I'll be. You're sweet little boy. Like, oh my gosh, it just quick. Oh, 9-year-old kid. He's so sweet.
Yeah, my 9-year-old wouldn't do that. He wouldn't. I mean, he's a nice kid, but he wouldn't do that. No, no, no. But maybe that's on me. Maybe I need to give him more of an opportunity for that.
But to be fair, my oldest boy would never, ever, 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 you know. But he's also a little bit physical touch kind of bugs my older boy. So
Yeah.
I kind of like sometimes lightly force it on him. Like I grab him and I just kind of give him a big old bear hug and you know, but don't force it. I'm like, here, you give me a hug. I demand it. Just more of like a we're staying connected, but I'm not gonna
Yeah.
make it weird. Too late.
My 11-year-old's down here taking out the trash.
What a good boy. Probably like, no, I have to. I don't have a choice in this.
He
So
wants to get paid for his allowance. Oh boy.
boy, this is strange. It doesn't bother me, but it's an insanely, ridiculously small viewership this time. Usually we're up to, you know, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's been like 2 or 3 almost the entire time.
They're just like, you know what? We don't want to see whatever Jessica's doing.
Well, you'd think if I'm over here drawing boobies, I would draw some attention.
That is true. That is a good point. What is going wrong here?
Versus cracking wide open. Something's not right.
Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it?
Like we're doing live art. I'm drawing boobs. What more do you want? I got nothing else to give you.
Rob, you're gonna have to show him your boobs.
No, but no one wants to see those. Big difference from man boobs to Tomb Raider boobs, which is through the characters. It's just lower off.
That's fair. I don't know what to tell you then.
You're like, that's true. I can't do it. Now the viewership is 0. Oh, okay, it went back up to 3. I'm like, well, now everyone's gone. You know what? Fine.
They're like, stop complaining.
Yeah, we're out of here. Think about shit. Everyone's shit.
You're gonna sit here and complain. We're done.
Oh. Well, you're making some quick progress on that.
Yeah, I think.
Well, I mean, the last time I glanced at it, you were just barely starting to throw down like a basic color. Now I look back and like all the yellow and these tree branches and stuff. I'm like,
Well, I'm trying to use my time wisely.
did I tell you what happened to our old assistant manager friend Claire?
I sent you the message about it. Tomorrow's foot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I seen it. You're like, what? What happened? I sent you the link.
Oh, boy.
That's what happened.
Did you ever get to see the pictures?
Well, I saw whatever it was he posted at the time. I haven't been checking up, to be fair, but
Oh, and he sent me like full on like the raw pictures at the hospital of his like severed ass foot. If you've got you don't have a strong stomach for gore.
huh? You don't?
No, I do. I'm fine.
Oh, I thought you said Sorry, I thought you were saying.
I was
Oh,
just
you were
saying,
saying I don't?
if a person doesn't, it's extremely graphic.
I see.
I've gotta go visit him. He's kind of mentioned it to me twice because the poor guy just sitting at home, can't move, and this is the guy who like is always fighting
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah. Go see him, Rob.
He's a good friend.
Anytime I bring him up, my husband always says, he bought my cat.
Did he?
Yeah. And he was moving, he was like, Marcus goes, I've got to rehome my cat. I can't bring her with. And he said, oh, I'll take her. And so just gave her to him, or maybe he bought her. I don't know if he bought her actually. I don't remember, but all I remember is trying to rehome him. Later on, after him and his first wife had gotten a different place, he was missing his cat and tried to buy her back. So he give Claire like $400 or $500 for her. And he said, sorry, my kids love her too much.
Oh yeah. Sometimes like we're homies. Too bad. It's
Yeah. He said, fair enough.
someone saying you need to draw something for Nate, but you can't get your brain in gear. I've been there before.
Oh gosh. What do you need to draw for Nate?
You doing like a pinup or a variant cover for his comic that he's doing?
We're nosy. Tell us.
Nosy bitches.
For real. For real. Nosy as they come.
Splash page for his comic. Yeah, well. You probably saw what you did for Mr. Dan Goodwin and was like, oi, mate.
Okay.
Yeah, you make fun of me every time.
It always catches me off guard too.
You what?
It always catches me off guard when you do your Australian accent. Oh man, that's. You know what? You do a better Australian accent than I do.
I was gonna say you're just jealous of me. It's the one thing to be jealous of.
It's not the one thing. You are a very good artist and draw plenty of things I can dream of drawing. Well, I could probably dream about it, but
You could paint and I can't.
we already discussed this last time. You could paint. You don't put your mind to it.
True. You said he didn't give you any direction on it. There's someone saying, do you kind of wish that he had just to give you some like a direction to go? Which sometimes, depending on the person, would be like, hey, it's great. They just like just do whatever, and you're like, great. But sometimes it's kind of helpful to have somebody say, do this.
I still feel like, and I don't know that Nate's like this. This is just sometimes this is something I ran into, and I actually had somebody who I was doing some art for. It's like, oh, just use whatever, do what you want, like make it your own. Didn't act like they cared. And then I did that, and oh, that's not what I was thinking. And
Yeah,
I was like, are you for real right now?
You told me to do what I wanted. I did what I wanted. Now you're telling me you don't like it.
Yep, that happened like twice to that person. I was like, well, I'm not doing this anymore then.
And we're talking about it.
I was like, I'm done. Sorry, Charlie. It wasn't. His name was not Charlie, but for the sake of my story.
Someone saying this is Adam Hughes pencil that I found online. I printed this out probably 15 to 20 years ago, and I've had it sitting around forever. And just because I want to do some ink practice. But no, I did not pencil this. I wish I was this good.
Adam Hughes is ridiculous.
Yes. And again, this is old stuff for him too. It's been so good for so long.
Sometimes I'm like, I know that's not real, but then it's like my brain is tricked by some of the stuff he does.
Yep.
Like, I know this is art, but man.
And I like the text that Adam Hughes put with it. So it's Tomb Raider. She's in a swimming pool. She's got her top off, her pants undone. And the text says, she's looking at you as she's touching herself. She's like, oh, there you are. I almost started without you.
Oh my gosh.
That's a little inappropriate and awesome at the same time.
And awesome at the same time.
Yeah, you know what? Go ahead and get started. I'm still here. It's okay.
Oh my gosh.
All friends. She's like,
Oh, Robert.
uh,
This is why I love you so much.
well, if you saw the post I put up, some of the birthday messages that I got from some people, like I'm pretty sure I included yours, but Bobby,
Oh, yeah.
Bobby sent me a Facebook message and she's like, "You're one of the kindest, sweetest, most talented, perverted people I've ever known." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
But also correct.
Yeah, see, that's kind of like what you were saying. Right?
Let's be honest, she wasn't wrong.
I know Bobby really well too. She don't have enough.
What?
I know Bobby really well too. She doesn't have any room to talk.
Ah,
She might keep it on the down low. She a dirty hoe.
damn. Just outed her on to the two people watching here.
Right? I know.
She's gonna kill you.
Yeah, right.
Oh man.
You're making those things for your Etsy shop, right?
Yeah. I am indeed.
I'll get with you about what it's like to set that up and what's involved and all that shit.
And I will have to get with my husband to tell you.
Did he set it up for you?
He's setting it up for me.
Nice. Well, I can't remember if I talked to you about I did my taxes recently and I was kind of pissed off because
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, oh, you started a new business. You have to fill out this new form. It's $140 to fill out this new form because you started a business because you do a YouTube channel. I'm like, fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, So the guy was like, make sure set aside about 30% of everything you earn to pay for taxes, because if you start making more money, you're going to be paying more, and it'd be smart to set money aside. I'm like, I know, I can do that. I know how to handle money. It's fine. Just frustrating.
I know. I know. I get it. I get super annoyed. This time of year is the year that, or time that my husband's work pays out bonuses. And, you know, he might get a decent bonus, but it gets me really irritated that they're taxed so high.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, what? Why?
Like, oh, you earned all that money? Guess what? We're going
Exactly.
to take it, and then we're going to send it to the Ukraine or some shit. And you're going to look right us straight in the face and smile and like it, because you're going to take it.
That's pretty much how it is.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Take it up the someone saying your pen image you posted. I don't know. I guess I don't know what you mean by pen. Like you drew it with pen as opposed to digital. Like
That's cool.
if you posted on your Instagram, I'm certain I would have seen it because I follow you. I have a hard time keeping up with the Discord because y'all creative types are just throwing stuff out there so much.
Yeah, I never keep up with it myself. Of course, I'm not on there very much. That's on me. But... Oh, he didn't post on Instagram because the content.
Well, now I want to know.
Oh, I think you know. Seems like we all might know now.
I'll want to.
Yeah, we all want to know.
Not Jessica. She's
Straight shooter, this one.
a shooter.
Oh, why are you laughing?
You know what I was saying about Bobby just a minute ago?
Okay, you don't think I'm a straight shooter, huh? Okay.
Shooter, but
Okay.
innocent. Not exactly.
Not exactly, huh? Well, wow. Now that I know what you think of me.
We're not friends.
Yeah. So speaking of books, have you ever heard of Fourth Wing?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, this will be. So the third one came out this week. Pretty popular book. I've read the first two. Was pretty excited about the next one. And just sent my husband out to go get it when it came out to a Target. They have the special edition ones that were coming out, and so I wanted one of the special edition ones. And yeah, they were. It was like Black Friday. It was crazy. And I had my brother-in-law who works for Red Bull. He was out there trying to find him for myself and his girlfriend or his wife. I guess they're not married, but I always say that. Anyway, going around all over Salt Lake looking for him. Gets to the West Jordan Target before they even open because he's a vendor, so he gets to go in first, right? In the back, stocking some Red Bull. They don't even have them there. They don't even have them on the shelf. And he's like, how is that possible? The store hasn't opened, but there's a line outside the door of people waiting. They've camped out there, right?
Right.
So he goes and talks to the manager, and it sounds like the manager's a little pale in the face. We didn't get our shipment. So all these people are waiting outside, but they're not going to get the book.
Huh.
I ended up getting one from Barnes & Noble, but it definitely was more popular than I thought it was going to be.
The whole line for it, huh? For this.
At every Target that you passed was like that.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Something that popular, it's only a matter of time where somebody scoops it up to try and make some kind of movie or some kind of, to make money off it. If it's got that kind of presence.
Well, that they've already started. There is, I believe, there's people talking about how they've already got certain people bought the rights to the movie already.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, what?
I wish somebody would buy the rights up to something I've done, but then I guess I'd have to make something original. So.
Yeah, maybe someone will buy the rights to your Dick in the Box story.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, oh my gosh, it was just so touching. Just thought I'd love to put that on screen.
Someone said I'll have to check it out. Yeah, you said the speech bubble in this image are inking. Kevin, what's up? Panda, I'm inking over Adam Hughes. Because, well, I guess I don't really need to explain. I mean, just look. It's Adam Hughes. Look what she does. I'm sorry, Jess, what was that name of that thing you were just telling me about?
It's called Fourth Wing.
Just trying to keep it in mind if I've heard of it or if
Yeah, it's a fantasy series, but I would say it borders romantasy series. There was like two spice scenes in the first book. Second one, there was a couple. I got the old for my sister-in-law today. She sent me the old spice. What they call it? Oh, I can't remember, but it just tells you like what chapters basically have sexy scenes in them, and there was a bunch. So this one's definitely going to be a little bit more spicy.
there was a bunch.
I was like, oh my goodness. Told my husband to read them. He's like, I'm not reading smut. I'm a man. I watch it.
Read it, I watch it. This is how this shit is.
Yeah. He's like, that's more of a women like to do. So
That's hilarious because it's funny because it's true.
mm-hmm.
Someone's saying, yeah, Comics Wellspring. That's where I've printed all my stuff. I've had good experiences. I haven't had any negative interactions with any of it, so I would recommend it to anybody.
looking to get some stuff printed.
I honestly don't know. I guess, do they have a YouTube channel? You would think that they would. I've never even bothered to. That thought's never even crossed my mind, but it's a good point. I bet you they do. It's almost kind of like, could you survive without, why not? If everyone wants to use your services, but like, how do I do this? Oh, this link.
It's true. That's true. True, true, true. Oh my. The natives are getting restless up there.
So,
My kids are jumping around upstairs.
guessing their daddy's up there with them.
Yeah, I assume so.
Yeah, I mean, what else would do?
That would be my assumption, but I guess I don't know. He was supposed to go to Chicago this week.
Your husband?
Mm-hmm. Ended up just staying home instead.
Oh, really? Just did the trip get canceled out from under him, or?
No, he kind of canceled it. Just with some of the stuff going on in Chicago too as part of it.
Uh,
He's like, I'll just join my team on the old virtual phone call.
there you go.
How you feeling about that?
That's your husband not going to Chicago?
How about your art? I think you know what
Um, um, it's fine. It's gonna be one of those things once I, get it off the light box and then look at the actual pencils versus what I've inked separate of the light boxing. Because again, like I was saying, you have to make so many decisions because you're not seeing it super clearly, so you're just kind of doing some guesswork.
Yeah.
And that's what separates the good inkers from the shit inkers.
You being one of the good inkers.
Oh, I'm a shit inker.
Oh my god.
I hold myself to I want to look as good as the pros. I do the best that I can do, and I'm like, ugh, it's not as good as I wanted it to be.
Oh dear.
Just super like Whitney just got home and she got one of those. What's the brand? Inky Couture blankets.
Oh, Minky Couture. Woo!
Well, she got one, kind of the size. It wasn't big enough, so she sent it back and got this other giant one, and they're super super soft and all that. So
Yeah, I had a few for my my babies.
I've got one. Danielle got me one like 2 or 3 years ago for my birthday. It's been on my bed ever since. I'm like, this is a great, super soft blanket.
Yeah, they're amazing. I am also a fan. When I was in the hospital with my daughter around Christmas time, uh, they gave me this teeny tiny Minky Couture Christmas themed. I guess it could have been a blanket for a very small newborn child, but it's just like a piece. And I thought, what? Why you can't give me a whole blanket with how much I'm paying for this today?
Yeah, they're not cheap, are they?
No.
I guess they were running like a half off or something like that, so she still paid a lot, but it was like half. She's like, I can't pass it up.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's worth it. Don't get me wrong. If you need a nice soft blanket, but what'd she say?
Just went walking by with it. She's like, certainly not going to make backgrounds on this because that's boring. I did all the important parts.
And like the background doesn't have titties.
Doesn't.
So what's the point?
You make me sound like such a chud. And I'm not exactly saying you're wrong for doing that, but
I prefer if you didn't. So not make me sound like that, regardless of if I am Jessica.
like let the people online at least think I'm kind of respectful. I'm gonna separate this from the background, get rid of the light box, and we'll see what the hell I've done.
The reveal.
Reveal. Let's see. Someone saying, after reading a couple copies of the Conan magazines Mark sent you, you made a couple of Frazetta brush presets in Krita to mimic his inking style. Oh, I want to see that, man. That would be cool. You should do that. Do it. All right. Let me set this down. All right. Then I gotta separate the inks from the pencils. Ugh.
What was that sound?
I gotta separate this tape I use. Is just like cheap Scotch tape, but goddamn, does it hold like really well?
I mean, it looks good to me.
Well, I get. Let me get the pencils available to see. Like industrial strength, 99-cent Scotch tape.
That's funny. All right, let's see here.
Hard to.
Looks pretty close. If not dead on.
Pencils. It's not very high resolution pencils either, but
I like it.
it's all right. Better than a kick in the nuts, I guess.
Hey, what's up? Oh, you switching over laundry or something? Oh.
There's Grant. What's up, Grant? Even know. See the actual pencil portion of it, but it's okay.
Looks good to me. I mean, better than I could have done. Well, I might jump off here. It's been some
Had
long
enough.
hours here. Huh?
Had enough.
Yeah, I've had enough. That's not too bad.
Yes.
Nah, I gotta go.
I know.
Do other business, but looks really good. Good job. Thanks for chatting. Oh wow.
Your
She
book's
really,
looking awesome. That looks really cool.
thanks. We'll see how it turns out in the end. But is it just me? Now, this isn't on you, but does her hand that's touching herself look more manly to me?
Well, I mean, that's the pencil version. So does that look?
Yeah, it looks the same to me. Is
Yeah.
that just in my head or
I don't know. It's just how he drew the hand. I mean, what about that one? The other
see,
one,
I think that one doesn't look as
a little
man.
more feminine, but yeah. Well, this one looks like it's got fingernails, and this one over here kind of doesn't.
Yeah, it's with the shorter nails. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. No, you're not. You're not wrong.
Huh. I don't know. Manhandling. All right. Thanks, Gaten. I appreciate it. Thanks, everyone. I'm gonna jump off here. But I'm sure I'll talk to you later, Rob.
Most likely.
Bye.
Get you later. So hard to ink Adam Hughes. He's ugh. Especially like I was saying, the way I'm doing it with the light box, it's just not the ideal situation. But yeah, what's up, guys? Grant and Kevin, how's everyone doing? Someone's saying, based on her comment, maybe it's not. Maybe it is. Maybe it's this hand just sneaking around, just doing what most of us would imagine doing, given the opportunity and permission. Permission is key. Kevin, turns out you are Adam Hughes all along. If you're Adam Hughes, you're my new best friend. It's it's tricky. I'll show you some of the other ones I've got pulled out to do some ink practice on, and they're going to be even harder. Where the hell did I put them? There they are. Some point, I'm going to do ink practice light box on that right there. Joe Mad, Red Monica, and I I want to do this Silvestri Witchblade. That would be quite the challenge. I wanted to do this Adam Hughes one too, but it's the printout's probably too light. I need it darker so I could follow it when I do the light box, but that wouldn't be a trick. And then I definitely want to do this Joe Mad Joker because I did the other Joker. Where is that one? Yeah, I did this one recently. This one was fun. Joe Mad does a crazy cackling Joker for sure, but this one that would be a lot of fun. So all future possibilities. Shit. Just scouring it over. Let's see. Could have done better. Yeah. Sometimes there's no fixing a thing. It just is what it is, and it's fucked up. There's no undo function when I draw by hand. Some of you lucky bastards. Oh, there's just a couple lines that, once you throw the line, it's done. And, you can go in and white out and try and redo it. But trying to re-ink over a whiteout, it's just never the same. So it's like you either throw the line the right way the first time, or it's just there. It's permanent. There's always a way. It's just much longer. That's what she said. Hey, someone's saying while I'm thinking about it, um, if you would like, um, there's still a lot of time. But got a few spots for some pinups in the dirty, creepy Liefeld parody book I'm doing. So you are certainly welcome if you would like to throw something in there. Gonna do a all goes according to plan. I'll do a crowdfunder on it and all that stuff and see if I can't get it out there. We'll see how it goes. But if you're at all interested, Gayton, pinups, yeah, I think I'm done. Thanks. Stupid chucklehead who's no good. Well, yeah, yeah. Like I said, man, there's no rush, man. We are months away, so just ball it over in your noodle. But remember, it's a very adult book. Speaking of which, I think I'm gonna call it a night on this one too. Just kind of keep it short for me this time. But yeah, that'll be it for tonight. Oh shit. Ugh. There's the comparison. All right, guys. I'll catch you later.